need to wake up. Because if you don't, Jason is going to come forward as the father. And that will kill my brother. How long have you been standing there?
Long enough.
You do the whole hear no evil, see no evil thing really well, Jason. I guess that's years of practice. But I meant what I know you heard me say. Stay away from Elizabeth.
As you can see, the small stone cold one is resting snug and comfortable.
So interesting with the computer, hmm? Let's see. Let's just, come on. Give it to me, Jason. Give me! Is there a problem?
It's hard seeing Elizabeth like this, but there's no need to worry. There's no way that Elizabeth is going to leave me and our children.
I need a word with you. I also need to inform you, your son is healthy, but since you've been spending most of your time here at the hospital, you might want to make arrangements to send him home with someone else.
Absolutely not. My son is going to stay right here until his mother and father can take him home.
Oh, your timing is impeccable. I may need you as a witness.
This is pointless. I'm going live.
Barrett, get in here! See that computer? Morgan threw it at me. Nearly took my head off. I want you to arrest him for assault right now.
Okay, let's just relax for a second. Nobody's getting arrested. Let's just discuss what happened.
Well, what you gonna do? You gonna threaten me to back off?
You want to have this conversation in front of your officers? That's up to you. It's no sweat off my back. You're the one that's going to be embarrassed.
Okay, fine. Let's wait outside. You want to talk? Talk.
Well, you have all the answers. I know you came here to provoke Jason. Why?
He needs to stay away from Elizabeth. And let's not all pretend we don't know why.
It's not in the baby's best interest to stay in the nursery indefinitely.
We're not talking indefinite. Elizabeth is going to wake up any minute, and if she can't hold her baby with her own arms or see him with her own eyes, she's going to think she had a miscarriage. What if that sends her into shock or something?
We could have the baby back here in no time flat.
I want him nearby. We all need each other right now.
Is that your final decision?
Yes.
Okay. We'll monitor your son closely. But I have to reiterate, rotating nurses are no substitute for family or for your son adapting to his permanent environment. Ideally, he should be bonding with his mother.
Well, that's not an option at this moment.
Which is why he should be home. At the very least.
Lucky, I can take care of him. And Bobby and Carly will help.
I know my wife. Elizabeth is going to wake up and need to see her son. He's going to be right here, waiting for her.
Why is Jason's concern for Elizabeth any of your business?
She was my wife.
It's past tense. So?
Okay. Same goes for you and Carly. Does that mean you don't care about what happens to her? Elizabeth is fighting for her life. Jason doesn't need to be hanging around her hospital room.
Okay, I must have missed something. Jason, tell me what happened.
She had the baby, and afterwards there were complications. She's in critical condition.
Yes, which is why you need to give her family breathing space. The only connection that you have with Elizabeth is a one-night stand that she is trying to get over. You hanging around her hospital room does not help her further that goal.
You made your point, Rick. Now, unless you want Diane to hold a press conference about your continuing abuse of power, get your cops, get out of here now.
Listen to me for once in your life. Stay away from Elizabeth for her sake.
You were supposed to eliminate Alcazar.
I'm sorry, I was a little...
What?
I was a little busy with Elizabeth.
You gonna tell me what happened?
I stopped by the house, you know, maybe I had this feeling that something might have been wrong because of the storm and everything, and sure enough, I found Elizabeth passed out on the floor, bleeding, and I had to get her to the hospital. There was nobody else there. And then there was no time for Alcazar.
Nothing else? Because Rick was implying there might have been something else.
No, there's nothing.
Okay, look, you know, you're concerned about Elizabeth, so am I, but I need your focus. we're in a critical time right now, and Alcazar's had a lot of time to prepare for retaliation. We cannot give him a chance to put his action in motion. We need to take him down now. Now, if you can't do it because you're distracted,
I can do my job. Alcazar will be dead at the next possible opportunity. Hey, got your message. What's wrong with the baby?
Nothing. Not yet. At least I hope not.
What are you talking about?
Look, the small stone cold one shouldn't be here. Okay, I overheard Dr. Lee with Lucky and Lulu, and she said that your son should be home by now. That being kept away from the people that love him is not good for his fragile little development. And see, Lucky thinks that if Elizabeth wakes up and she can't hold her baby right away, she might think that he died and flip out. Or she may even go back into her coma and not wake up. So I know he thinks he's doing the right thing, but he's kind of all, tunnel visioned about Elizabeth, which I guess makes sense because according to Dr. Lee, she may not make it.
Just one thing at a time, okay? Are you sure that you overheard Dr. Lee say that it was harmful to the baby to stay in the hospital?
They don't know if Elizabeth's gonna wake up, so it could be the small stone cold one could be stuck here for weeks in that nursery before Lucky faces reality. And just think about it. Does this seem like a good long-term nesting place for a newborn? Living in a plastic bin? Seeing a different face at every shift change? Being held for just a few minutes at a time? This baby needs to bond with his parents. And his mom can't do it, and Lucky's distracted, so that leaves you. What are you gonna do?
I can't jump to any conclusions. Once I tell the truth, the life Elizabeth wanted for our child will be destroyed.
Isn't what's best for the baby the most important thing?
What are you doing back here?
He's with me. How's Elizabeth's baby?
Honestly?
Yeah.
It's past time for that child to go home.
He was just born.
This is the time that babies bond with their parents, when their sense of identity and security are reinforced or not. Lucky visits as often as he can, but his focus is on his wife. He's scared to death that he's going to lose her. I realize that he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. But it's time for Lucky to start thinking like a father and do what's right for his child.
I gave you my word that I would do what's best for our child. And now the doctors don't know when or if you're gonna wake up. And I don't wanna believe that you're dying. And I don't want to do or say something that's going to ruin what you have with Lucky, but they're telling me our son needs to go home. Our son needs you. All this time, all these weeks and months, the only thing that ever made any sense to me was that no matter what else happened, our child would have you. So please, Elizabeth. Please, you have to wake up, please.
Jason? When did you get here?
No, I was just, checking on Elizabeth and the baby. The nurses are saying that the baby shouldn't stay in the nursery.
With all due respect, that's none of your business.
Lucky, it is my obligation to act in the baby's best interests.